Welcome to Mythic Battleverse, a realm where myths collide with the unknown, where gods face extraterrestrial titans, and legends are forged in the fires of chaos. Subscribe now. The battle for the multiverse begins here. On a war-torn alien planet caught between dimensions, a booming voice echoes across the scorched earth. Darkseid, ruler of Apocalypse, descends with his Parademon army, seeking an ancient artifact capable of granting him control over time itself. The artifact, a crystalline relic glowing with infinite energy, lies buried deep within the planet's core. As his forces dig and search, the cosmic disturbance caused by his presence tears a rift in reality. From this rift emerges Hulk. Inadvertently pulled from his dimension, the air grows thick with tension as the green behemoth, initially confused and disoriented, quickly assesses the destruction around him. The sight of the parademons swarming the land sparks his rage. Darkseid, observing the arrival of the intruder, steps forward with an air of disdain. Who dares disturb the will of Darkseid? His voice rumbles, shaking the ground. Hulk's green eyes burn with unrelenting fury as he pounds his fists together. Hulk, smash puny god, he bellows, his roar echoing across the battlefield. Without hesitation, Darkseid unleashes his Omega beams, the zigzagging red energy bolts arcing toward Hulk with deadly precision. The beams vaporize everything in their path, cutting through rock and metal alike. But Hulk, moving with surprising agility for his size, leaps skyward, narrowly avoiding the attack. The beams strike a distant mountain, reducing it to ash. Hulk lands with a thunderous shockwave, his massive fists slamming into the ground. The force sends jagged rock spikes surging toward Darkseid. The new god deflects the attack effortlessly with a wave of his hand, a barrier of dark energy shielding him from harm. Despite his nonchalant demeanor, Darkseid's eyes narrow slightly, acknowledging Hulk's raw power. Impressive, Darkseid mutters, but futile. Darkseid teleports directly in front of Hulk, delivering a powerful punch to his chest. The impact sends Hulk skidding backward, carving a trench in the ground. Hulk roars in defiance, his strength growing with each moment of frustration. He charges back, fists swinging with the force of a freight train. The clash of their fists sends shockwaves rippling across the planet, flattening everything in their vicinity. Lava erupts from cracks in the ground, and the atmosphere begins to distort under the sheer intensity of their battle. Hulk's punches grow faster and stronger, forcing Darkseid to momentarily step back and reassess his opponent. Your strength is formidable, Darkseid admits, but brute force alone cannot defeat a god. In response, Hulk slams the ground, creating a seismic shockwave that destabilizes the terrain. Darkseid levitates to avoid the destruction, but Hulk leaps into the air, meeting him mid-flight and delivering a devastating uppercut. Darkseid is sent flying into a jagged cliffside, his expression momentarily grim. Recovering quickly, Darkseid retaliates by summoning his Omega effect, a field of cosmic energy that engulfs Hulk. The energy forms an inescapable cage, its walls radiating with destructive power. Hulk struggles against the trap, his muscles bulging as he pushes against the energy. Kneel, Darkseid commands, his voice cold and commanding. Accept your place beneath me. But Hulk's rage only intensifies. His roars grow louder, shaking the very fabric of the energy field. With a final earth-shattering bellow, Hulk's body surges with gamma radiation, and he transforms into Worldbreaker Hulk, his most dangerous and uncontrollable form. The energy cage shatters, and the resulting explosion battens hurtling in opposite directions. Worldbreaker Hulk rises, his body glowing with an intense green aura. His footsteps alone create craters in the ground, and his mere presence causes the planet to tremble. Darkseid stands, his armor cracked, but his resolve unshaken. The new god recognizes the threat before him, and decides to escalate his efforts. Darkseid summons massive construct of energy, each shaped like colossal weapons, and hurls them at Hulk. The gamma-powered titan smashes through them with ease, his every punch releasing shockwaves that disintegrate the constructs. Hulk's power continues to grow, his rage feeding his strength to unimaginable levels. Darkseid, ever the tactician, uses telekinesis to manipulate the battlefield. He lifts massive chunks of the planet's crust, hurling them at Hulk with deadly precision. At the same time, He teleports behind Hulk, landing a series of calculated strikes that temporarily stagger the green behemoth. Hulk, however, adapts quickly. He begins using the debris as weapons, throwing them back at Darkseid with explosive force. One particularly large chunk strikes Darkseid square in the chest, sending him crashing into a molten fissure. But the new god emerges unscathed, his eyes glowing with fury. Enough games, Darkseid declares. You will kneel. Darkseid attempts to subdue Hulk with the anti-life equation, a powerful mental attack designed to break the will of any being. For a brief moment, Hulk's movements slow, and his rage falters as Darkseid's voice echoes his mind, sowing seeds of despair. But then, from deep within, Bruce Banner's voice emerges. Hulk, don't let him win. We're stronger together. With a primal scream, Hulk breaks free of the anti-life equation, his rage now focused and controlled. The new god's grip on his mind is shattered, leaving Darkseid visibly shocked. Impossible, Darkseid mutters. No one resists the anti-life equation. Hulk's reply is a thunderous punch that sends Darkseid flying across the battlefield. Worldbreaker Hulk channels all his gamma energy into a singular purpose. His body glows brighter, and the ground beneath him begins to collapse into a chasm of destruction. Hulk uses his most devastating ability, Gamma Shockwave, an attack that channels all his fury into a blast capable of shaking entire dimensions. Engulfs Darkseid, who struggles to withstand the overwhelming force. Darkseid, sensing the catastrophic damage, summons a planetary shield, redirecting some of the energy outward. The planet, now fractured, begins to spiral into collapse. Hulk presses on, his aura flaring brighter. Every step he takes causes tremors, and every strike pushes Darkseid's defenses to the brink. Darkseid attempts to match Hulk's power with concentrated bursts of his Omega beams, but even they begin to falter against the unrelenting might of Worldbreaker Hulk. Each beam is met with an earth-shaking punch, dissipating the energy into harmless sparks. Hulk's fury is not just strength, it is now sheer dominance. The battlefield is reduced to molten chaos. Darkseid, battered and bleeding Ichor, summons his final weapon, a massive energy blade forged from the heart of a dying star. The blade hums with cosmic energy, promising annihilation. Darkseid charges, his figure a blur of dark power. Hulk braces himself, planting his feet firmly. As Darkseid swings a blade with unrestrained fury, Hulk catches it barehanded. The impact sends shockwaves that ripple through the collapsing planet. The gamma energy surrounding Hulk's form flares brilliantly, cracking the blade with an ear-splitting shriek. With a guttural roar, Hulk pulls the shattered blade from Darkseid's grasp and crushes it between his hands. Before Darkseid can react, Hulk delivers a series of rapid, devastating punches to the new god's chest and head. Each strike is a crescendo, the final one delivering an explosive force that sends Darkseid sprawling into molten core of the planet. Darkseid lies motionless, his armor shattered and his body flickering with faint embers of his power. For the first time in his existence, the ruler of Apocalypse has been defeated. Hulk stands over him, triumphant but panting heavily, his rage subsiding slowly. His glowing green aura dims as he surveys the destruction. Hulk, strongest there is, he growls, his voice echoing across the ruins. As the planet begins to crumble, Hulk leaps skyward, leaving the battlefield and the fallen Darkseid behind. The new god remains in the wreckage, his defeat a symbol of Hulk's unparalleled might.